Good morning, Cameron University. Chicago may have received a high-profile pitch for its Olympic bid, but some citizens are hoping that they lose that bid.
Toyota has recalled almost 4 million vehicles due to problems with floor mats and accelerator pedals. Is your car a part of this recall?
And a look back at this week on campus, plus your forecast. It's all coming up next on this episode of Top of the Hour.
Live from the CUInternetTV studios. It's all Aggie, all the time. It's your source for everything Cameron University. It's Top of the Hour with Kyle Luters and Amanda Finch.
Chicago and their bid to host the 2016 Summer Olympics received a very high-profile endorsement. President Obama joined Oprah Winfrey overseas to lobby the International Olympic Committee to award the 2016 Games to the Windy City. And while the bid may have high-profile support, there is growing opposition among taxpayers in Chicago. Picket lines are forming at City Hall with many citizens complaining that they will be footing the tab for the Games. The price tag for the Games has been estimated at anywhere from $2 to $4 billion.
Some Toyota owners have been experiencing issues with their floor mats, and that has led the Japanese automaker to recall over 3.8 million vehicles. The floor mats have caused the accelerator in the vehicle to stick in an open position. So far, the problem has led to one fatality in the United States. According to the National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration, several Toyota models since the 2004 model year can possibly be affected. A full list of vehicles affected by the recall and the proper procedures for handling this matter can be found at toyota.com or nhsta.gov.
In other automotive news, General Motors has announced that it will shut down the Saturn brand. A proposed deal that would have seen the Penske Automotive Group purchase the Saturn brand fell through when Penske couldn't find a builder for the cars after GM would cease production in 2011. GM will now wind down the operations involving the Saturn brand. As many as 13,000 jobs may be lost.
Cameron University will provide free seasonal flu shots to all students, faculty, and staff and their families on Tuesday, October 6th from 1 to 4 p.m. in the Cetus Conference Center. A special thanks goes out to the Comanche County Health Department for their help in putting this together. Although this vaccination will not protect you against the H1N1 virus, a yearly seasonal flu vaccine is the first and most important step in protecting against other strains of the seasonal flu. The seasonal flu vaccine protects against the 3 seasonal viruses that research suggests will be most common this flu season.
Well, SGA is working on new legislation to help those on campus find their way around. Top of the Hour reporter Mitchell Watson explains.
Student government is well underway as students introduce their first legislation. The meeting opened with a Pledge of Allegiance, and the historian took roll call. As soon as the minutes from the last meeting were approved and the presidential remarks were quickly discussed, the meeting moved into legislation. Senator of the School of Science, Lyle Gay, presented new legislation to the student body with a co-author, Julianne Moyney. Senator Gay gave a basic summary of the legislation.
What we want to do is, throughout campus, we want to put up directional signs to help with getting the students and visitors around campus easier. That way they're not confused about where they're at and where they need to go. Nowadays it's you kind of have to ask where you're at, where you need to go by word of mouth, or you have your maps in the back of the planners and stuff like that, but you don't always have your planner, or you don't always have that map. So we think it's be very beneficial if we put up directional signs throughout campus.
After a bill is presented, the body is given 2 minutes to ask questions. Questions included design ideas and cost of the signs, and a deeper focus on sign placement. The authors said they have not yet received a quote for the price of the signs, and they are open to suggestions for the design of the signs. As far as sign placement is concerned, 11 tentative locations have been proposed. These locations include the meeting of the sidewalks north of the Science Building, the lawn on the south side of the library, and in front of the Fine Arts Complex. Though buildings are marked on campus, the writers feel that there can still be confusion in finding the buildings that students need. Senator Gay says he still gets lost after a year on campus.
Yeah, I was walking throughout campus and I can't even remember what building I was looking for, but I didn't know where it was. But I didn't have my map on me, so I didn't know where to go. And I had to call my advisor to ask him where the building was. So absolutely, I think it'd be beneficial to everyone.
The authors quickly wrote the bill, and they hope the bill will move easily through the voting process.
I don't think it doesn't cause any problems. It's not real controversial or anything like that. I think it'd be very beneficial for everyone, student, visitors, everybody. So I don't think we'd have any problem passing it.
Second reading of the legislation will begin next week in SGA. This has been Mitch Watson reporting for Top of the Hour.
It was a busy Tuesday on campus, wasn't it, Kyle?
It was a very busy Tuesday. I was at 3 events on Tuesday, so my Nikes were smoking. But you know what was the best part of all of it, Amanda?
All the good information?
Yeah, but all the free food.
Okay.
You have to understand. Let's kick off the day with the media luncheon. Members of several different media groups are in attendance as President Ross and other members of the university administration talked about increases in enrollment, decreases in the budget, and the plans for Cameron's future. Lots of exciting things here, Amanda, such as the new student health care center that they're hoping to open up, the wellness center, what they're going to do with the student union when they get done with that. So it's all going to be pretty cool.
It's all pretty interesting. It's exciting to see what's going to happen when all those things move out of that union.
I agree.
Student Housing hosted Let's Get Physical, and boy did it get our blood flowing.
Really?
We had a blow-up obstacle course, blow-up boxing, we had a rock wall. Did you go out and enjoy any of that?
No, you didn't invite me.
I must have forgot.
And the last event on this past Super Tuesday was faculty and resident Dr. Justin Walton's event, The Value of Public Service. Representative Joe Dorman came to the university and spoke for 35 minutes on the topic with a Q&A that followed. And everybody got a chance to get a lot of food. There was voter registration there as well. And of course there is Dr. Walton, the man of the hour. A lot of people showed up to this event. It was a great turnout. And there, of course, is Representative Joe Dorman, and we had a lot of fun with that.
You know, I think that was a really good event for his first faculty and resident program, and I'm really excited to see what else he brings out.
I think there's something along the lines of Star Trek coming, but don't quote me on that just yet. Well, Amanda, as you can see, there was a lot of fun, food, and activities to be had this week, and you are a PAC co-chair. What do we have to look forward to coming up?
Well, on Tuesday, October 6th, we're going to have a movie night in the ballroom. We're going to show Transformers 2. It's going to be at 9 p.m., so you going to be there?
Well, that depends, you know, because sometimes when I go to your guys' events, you have chairs, and other times you got like standing room only stuff.
Well,
where I got to go and lay on the floor.
Our events are high demand. You got to get there on time to get a seat.
Have you ever known me to be on time?
Well, then you're not going to get a seat.
Well, standing room only again. The last week in September brings normal temperatures. Let's take a look at your 3-day forecast. For the rest of today, we're looking at a high of 85 and a low of 45 with a slight chance of rain. Coming up on Friday, a high of 79 and a low of 43. And for your Saturday, look for a high of 74 and a low of 56.
A new play and meetings populate the calendar. Let's take a look at your Aggie events. Tonight, the Cameron Theater Department kicks off their 2009-2010 season with The Underpants, which continues throughout the weekend. Coming up on Friday, there's a drive-through flu vaccine over at the Great Plains Coliseum. There's a depression workshop on Monday, and on Tuesday, PAC's hosting a movie night. Student Services is also hosting an Exploring Majors series.
We still got a lot of events going on campus. I was hoping we could slow down a little bit, but that was one of the things that they talked about at the media luncheon, is how that campus used to kind of die after 6 o'clock, and now we've got all this nightlife going on. So that's really, really cool.
You know, September was really busy, and I was hoping that October would slow down, but once Halloween rolls around, you'll see all these organizations doing so many more events. It's really exciting. Actually.
Halloween dances, costume parties. Hopefully we get to dress up for Halloween too. Come by, trick-or-treat with us maybe. I don't know, we'll need some candy, won't we?
Yeah, we will. So maybe we should go trick-or-treating, that way we rack up the goods.
That is a very good idea. Well, the time is up on this episode of Top of the Hour. If you want to find out more about the stories in today's show, be sure to pick up the latest edition of the Cameron Collegian on newsstands each and every Monday afternoon.
Also, please be sure to check out CUTV on YouTube by going to youtube.com and searching CUInternetTV. For everyone here at CUTV and the Cameron Collegian, I'm Amanda Finch.
And I'm Kyle Luters. Tune in next week as we have a very special Aggie Spotlight, and we'll see you at the top of the hour.